Hello children, back to our EVS class once again. So I hope you have gone through the videos and you have done the homework. Do you remember what we learned in the last class? Yes, we gave a revision. We had a rapid revision on our body parts. Okay, so now you know the sense organs, the different body parts, and you have completed the exercise. Have you completed? Yes, you have completed. So today we move on to the next session in the lesson. So we are going to learn about two another body parts which are not visible to us. Okay, so I will introduce that to them. So before that, let's have a warm-up exercise. All of you please stand up. Yes, raise your hands, hands down. Yes, turn to your right, turn to your left. Now sit down. So what you were doing now, it was just a small exercise. So what was the action in that? You were able to get up, you were able to move your bodies from one side to another, and you were able to move your hands, and you were able to sit down, isn't it? So different actions took place. Now how was this possible? It was possible with the help of two parts in your body, and that two parts are not visible to us. So do one thing, let us identify which are these parts. So all of you lift your elbow, lift your hands, and please notice your elbow. Touch your elbow. What do you feel? Do you feel anything there? Yes, you can feel that there is something inside, isn't it? Is it hard or is it soft? This part? Yes, you can feel that there is something inside and it's quite hard. Yes, that part of the body or which you find inside that particular structure is known as bones. So bones are hard to touch. So we have bones all over our body, and bones are hard to touch. Now how do you feel the inner side of your elbow here, this side? How do you feel? Do you feel the same as it was before? Yes, here it is soft. This part is soft. Not only in your elbow, in many parts of your body you can find there are hard bones. So there are a number of bones in our body, and all these bones are hard in nature. And we spoke about a soft part, and that soft part in our body is known as muscles. So I will write on the board the spelling of bones and muscles. B-O-N-E-S, bones. So all of you lift your hands and feel your bones inside your hands. So I hope you all felt hard about your bones. That is, your bones are hard in nature. Now lift your hands and feel your muscles. So you can feel your muscles, can you? Yes, so today we are going to learn about the different bones and muscles present in our body. So now we can move on to the slides and I will explain each and every part. Okay.
Bones. In this module, you will learn about your bones. It is Sid's birthday today. His friends have come over for a party. Let's go and join them. Everybody seems to have fun here.
Friends, it's time for my surprise performance.
Wow! Sid surely knows how to dance. Do you know which part of his body is helping him to do these steps? Come, let's find out. Can you see these wild structures dancing like Sid? These white structures are present inside Sid's body. We call them bones. Just like Sid, we all have bones. In all, there are 206 bones inside our body. Oh, that was a difficult move, isn't it? As you see, Sid's bones are not breaking, even when he is doing all the difficult twists and turns. It is because bones are quite hard and tough. All the bones inside our body together form the framework of the body, which is called the skeleton. It is the skeleton that decides the shape of a body. Moreover, the skeleton also helps us to stand, move or dance like Sid. Let's once again look at few of Sid's dance steps. Look, he is bending his arm here. Here, he is bending his leg. Look at Sid's bones near his elbow. As you can see, two bones are joined here. Such places where bones are joined together are called joints. It is this joint that helps Sid to bend his arm. Similarly, a joint present at the knee helps Sid bend his leg. Apart from the elbow, the knee, neck, wrist and shoulders are other body parts that have joints. And all these joints help Sid and all of us to do all the bending and twisting of the body. Let's recap. Bones are present inside our body. There are 206 bones in our body. Bones are hard and tough. The bones inside a body together form the framework of the body, which is called the skeleton. Places where bones are joined together are called joints.
So children, can you see the board? Yes. What is the heading? How can we walk and move? Have you ever thought whether you can walk and move? Simply, no. We need a special part of our body to walk and move, and that we learned in our last class. We learned about the uses of hands and legs. Now, which was the largest sense organ that we discussed that day? It was skin. So, what is skin actually? The outer covering of our body is called skin. So, the outer covering of our body is called skin. And skin is the fifth sense organ in our body. So, we learned about different sense organ, and out of that the fifth sense organ is skin. Now, what is the speciality of skin? It is the largest sense organ in our body. It is the largest sense organ in our body. And the other thing is that the skin covers all the muscles which in turn cover the bones. The skin covers all the muscles which in turn cover the bones. So you felt your bones and you felt your muscles. Bones are hard in nature, whereas muscles are soft in nature. So all these are present in our skin, and it is the skin that cover all the muscles, and the muscles in turn cover the bones. So our body is made up of a number of bones. We know that we have 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 ears. Likewise, we have 206 bones in our body. How many bones are there in our body? We have 206 bones in our body, and the bones are found inside our body. We cannot see them when we look externally, or when we look at a person we cannot see the bones. It is present inside the body, and our body is covered with flesh, isn't it? And that fleshy part consists of the different muscles. Now these muscles help our bones to move, and thus we are able to walk and move. So what is the function of muscles? The muscles help our bones to move, and likewise we are able to walk and move. I hope you understood how we are able to walk and move now. It is the bones and muscles that help us to walk and move. In the last class we learned about the uses of hands and legs, and today we are speaking about how we can move. So which are the organs that help us to move, or which are the different body parts that help us to move? Yes, it is the bones and muscles. So bones and muscles are very important. So if you don't have muscles, or if you don't have bones, what happens? We are not able to move from one place to another. Apart from that, we won't have any particular shape for our body. All of you are very beautiful, isn't it? And you all have a particular structure of your body, isn't it? It is the bones that gives shape and structure to your body. So let us see the coming slides. Yes, can you see anything in the board? You can see two images. So the title is given as bones and muscles. The first image shows you the picture of a skeleton. You can see the skeleton. See, you can see the skull. Skull is the topmost part, that is inside our head we have the bone, and that bone is known as the skull. And here this is the chest part of the body, and we can see the ribs here, and again coming to the bottom side you can see the bones of the legs, the feet, the toes, here the fingers, hands, etc. So we can see the skeleton as such, and these are the breakups of the head skeleton. That is, different bones are shown separately. So this is the structure of, this is the skeleton, and these are the structure of different bones. So how do you feel the structure like? It is hard, isn't it? When you felt your body also, you felt that bones are hard. Now what you can see in this image, you can see a man, isn't it? What is he doing? He is showing up his muscles. So while doing exercise, you can feel the movement of your muscles. So muscles are visible here. So when bones and muscles work together, we are able to move from one point to another. Now we know that the muscles are soft in nature, whereas the bones are hard in nature. So all these bones, they are connected at a particular point, and the connection point is known as joints. So we have a number of joints in our body. So I showed you your elbow. I asked you to view your elbow. So you can see that there are two bones, and the two bones are connected, and that is called the joint. In your legs also we have joint. Here the neck side, shoulder side, different parts we have different joints. So the bones and muscles work together in the process of movement with the help of this joints. So if the joints are not functioning in a proper way, we won't be able to move. Okay, so bones and muscles are very, very important. Now just see the slide. So we were speaking about bones. So what is the nature of bones? Bones are hard to touch. I repeat, bones are hard to touch. Now we spoke about the number of bones. How many bones are there? There are 206 bones in our body. There are 206 bones in our body. Now I told you that bones give shape and support to our body. So it is the bones that give shape and support to our body. So if we don't have bones, what happens? We will not have any proper shape for our body. We won't be able to move also. It will be just like a fleshy structure. Now you all play, isn't it? While playing you need to be careful. Why? Accidents can occur while playing. So you need to be careful. So for that, what you have to do, in order to take care of your bones, we need to protect our bones by using different protective devices. And which are those protective devices? We can use helmets, wrist pads, knee pads, etc. So during our playing time, we are able to use these protective devices like helmets. While doing cycling you can use helmets, and while doing the skating process you can use wrist pads, knee pads, helmets, etc. So even when elder people ride bicycles and when they ride motorbikes, they also use helmets. So helmets are very essential, and it is a protective device that helps you to protect your internal organs inside your head. So we should be very careful while doing these activities. Now there are a number of food items like milk, cheese, yogurt that keeps our bones strong. So as children you need to take lots of these food items like milk, cheese, yogurt. All of you know what are these, isn't it? All of you drink milk, you eat cheese, you know what is yogurt. Yogurt means the curd that does not have any sour taste. Even curd also you are supposed to take. So these things you can have, and you can make your bones more strong. So we spoke about the structure of muscles, isn't it? I told you muscles are soft to touch. Muscles are soft to touch, and these muscles cover all the bones of our body. The muscles cover all the bones of our body. So all over the body we have a number of muscles. So how many bones do we have? Yes, we have 206 bones. Now coming to the muscles, we have 600 muscles in our body. How many muscles do we have? We have 600 muscles. And these muscles are attached to the bones. So we spoke about bones. So these muscles are attached to the bones, and the muscles and bones function together. Now we need to take pulses, milk, meat and eggs to help our muscles grow healthy. So we spoke about a number of food items that helps to keep our bones strong. Which were they? They were milk, cheese and yogurt. So coming to the strength of muscles, we need to take pulses. You can see the picture of pulses. See, a number of colorful pulses are shown here. In Malayalam we say cherupayar, vanpayar, udinu, kadala, all these things. So all these come under the category of pulses. So you need to take pulses, you need to drink milk, you need to take eggs and you need to take meat also. So all these things you have to take in sufficient quantities. And you know that the muscles help the bones to move. So if our muscles are not strong enough, what happens? We are not able to move. And if the bones are also not strong enough, we are not able to move. So bones and muscles should be taken care of. So there are many people while during their birth itself they have some defects in their bones and muscles. You can see the picture of those people in newspapers. They are suffering from so many diseases. The bones and muscles are very feeble in nature and they are not strong enough. So we have to take care of our muscles and bones by taking a balanced diet. Now let's see which are the uses of bones and muscles. We already said that it is the bones and muscles that help us to move. So they also help us to perform different activities like kicking, cycling, skipping and swimming. So they help us to perform these activities. Which are they? Kicking, then cycling, skipping and swimming. Now how to keep our muscles stronger? In the beginning of the class I made you to do a warm-up exercise. So by doing regular exercise we can grow stronger muscles and bones. So for having a better healthy bones and muscles we need to take regular exercise. Now which was one of the fourth sense organ? Do you remember which was the fourth sense organ that we learned? We learned about the tongue. All of you have tongue, isn't it? Just recall what is the use of tongue. Tongue helps us to taste. It also helps us to speak. So this tongue is one of the strongest muscle in the body. So remember, the tongue is one of the strongest muscle in our body. And the tongue does not get fatigued because it does not have any bone to support it. We can move our tongue, isn't it? And we always use our tongue for tasting, for speaking, etc. But when the tongue performs all these activities, it does not get fatigued, that is, it does not get tired. And this tongue does not have any bone to support it. I hope it is clear. So the muscles and bone help us to perform all the different activities which we are able to do in our day-to-day life. And the tongue is one of the muscles, strongest muscle present in our body, and the tongue keeps on functioning. It does not have any bone to support it. And as children you need to have regular exercise. Nowadays you are in your home itself, so you can do small exercises inside your house and just outside your home. Okay, now we have the homework. You have to read page 184 and 185 of the textbook 5 times aloud. How many times? You need to read 5 times. Page 184 and 185. Then you have to complete the true or false exercise in page 186 in the textbook. Just a true or false exercise is given. 3 or 4 questions are given. Just mark true or false in that in the textbook itself. Okay. So I hope you got an idea about the different parts of the body, and now today we spoke about bones and muscles. Just recall what is the nature of bones. Bones are hard in nature, whereas muscles are soft in nature. Now there are 206 bones, whereas there are 600 muscles in our body. So all these bones and muscles work together to help us to move. Okay. So that's all for today. See you again in the next class with another topic in the lesson, and the topic will be posture. So till then, bye.